We are back on Morning Line. Thanks for joining us. Nick Barris along with Tim Takis, elder law attorney here in town, knows his stuff. The phone lines are open, 615-737-7587. If you want to jump in, wills, power of attorney, all of that. In fact, we've got a call we want to take from Linda to start things off. Linda, good morning.
Yeah.
Hi, Linda. How can we help you?
Well, I would like to know, how do you know whether to go on a supplement plan or an advantage plan?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's tricky, right?
That's like the $1 million question or whatever.
Define the two again for the folks out there. Great question, Linda. Listen in.
Yeah. So when you, I'm going to do a little bit of, if the viewers will bear with me, like a 30-second primer on Medicare. Medicare Part A does your hospital. Medicare Part B, is your doctor's visits and durable medical equipment.
Okay.
Medicare Part D, is the voluntary prescription drug plan.
Yeah.
Right. Now, Medicare Parts A and B and D, it doesn't pay for everything. There are gaps and copays and deductibles. And so people say, well, I want to go buy a Medicare supplemental policy, and there's like a dozen or so different, supplemental policies that you can buy.
You're still paying for that, so you have to determine if whether or not the premium for the supplement is worth paying as opposed to paying the little extra
a one-time fee for the Medicare Advantage plan. Right, and that's what you have to look at.
Is it oftentimes a better deal? Or
it can be, yeah, because you look at you've got your Medicare supplement plan, so you've got your traditional Medicare over here, which you're like paying this for. Okay, that's what everybody pays, pretty much. And then you've got the Medicare supplement, and you're going, okay, what kind of supplement should I buy? Should I buy a C plan or an F plan? Or they have alphabet soup that'll there, where you buy, and based on, but the coverages differ.
Gotcha.
And needless to say, depending upon who the insurance company is, and what plan you get, affects what you pay for.
Sure.
So you're going, oh, I don't want to mess with that stuff. I think I just want to go over here to, this Medicare Advantage plan and sign up with them. So basically all of their Medicare that you get is provided by that Medicare Advantage plan.
Right.
All right, now, what you give up is in return for maybe it doesn't cost as much. There's a little bit different coverages that you have. There may be a few deductibles or whatnot that you have to pay, but people will say, well, I'm healthy now. If I go to the hospital, I can pay that little deductible or whatever. Right. So that sort of thing, and that's kind of what makes it complicated. And so when Linda says, why should I do a supplement or versus say Medicare Advantage plan?
Right.
That's why I referred to if you're, the general perception is if you're a sicker person, you may be more likely want to people start going into traditional Medicare.
Okay.
All right.
So what question? Let's say she's still on the line. What question, if she came in, would you ask her?
Okay.
Are you still there, Linda?
I'm here.
Okay. Go ahead.
What I would ask her, I would say, okay, what plan do you what do you have today?
Yeah. What do you have now, Linda?
Supplement.
Okay, so we might say, I might say to Linda, all right, tell us a little bit about your supplement, and she didn't have to tell us this. Is it a C plan? Is it an F plan? It is a J plan, whatever it is. There's various letters that we would look at that, and how much are you paying? What is your premium? Then are you satisfied with that? Then we might talk about, okay, are you healthy? Are you not healthy? If you're unhealthy, what are you taking prescription drugs? What drugs are you taking? All of those sorts of things that we're going to look at to determine, whether or not, maybe doing into a Medicare Advantage plan might work better for you.
Yeah. Have you started looking into any of that, Linda, or are you just thinking about it now?
Well, I have looked into it, and we're going to have somebody come out and talk to us.
Well, okay.
That's good.
Okay, that'll walk you through it. Someone with an Advantage plan?
Well, we're going to look at both of them again.
Okay.
Yeah. But whatever the case is, you're not fully satisfied, or you think there may be something better out there for you?
Well, I'm not satisfied with the price.
With the what?
The price of it.
Yeah. Now there you go. I mean, that's probably for most people the most important thing, as well as getting the meds you need.
Right, and also make sure that they have the providers that you work with.
Okay.
Meaning, the hospital, if you're a physician, because if you're in a Medicare Advantage plan and you go, I really love my doctor, but your doctor's not in that Medicare Advantage plan.
Right.
Then you have to think about.
You want to change doctors? Do you have to go that route?
Right.
Can you give me an idea, just ballpark?
Oh, gosh, I don't think I can.
Well, value? No, not about. Yeah, how much does it cost a month for someone in this? What's the range for some of these plans? Or what are the premiums or deductibles? Linda, what are your deductibles or your premiums that you pay now?
Oh, you're talking about
Yeah, I was just wondering, when you say the cost, I'm just curious, how much does it cost you a month? Just your ballpark or what you're paying?
over $100 a month.
Okay.
Over 100. About 112, 113.
Okay, is that for your supplement?
That's for the supplement.
Right, okay. And is that for one person?
That's for just me.
Just you, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I would figure. Is
That's
somewhere
what I
around
was
there.
guessing. But in that realm, so the
Yeah.
question is, can she find a way to maybe lower that monthly premium a bit? $100 a month for a lot of people on a fixed income
That's
is
not
tough.
cheap.
And if
yeah.
she's lucky enough maybe to be relatively healthy, she may have better
She might
options.
say, "Look, I'll go over here to I'll go over here to a Medicare Advantage plan. Maybe she's going to pay $20 or $25 a month, or who knows?
Yeah.
Or maybe nothing at all."
Good. Well, as long as someone's coming out. So is there anything she needs to be aware of when they do come out? Is she's looking at both sides? Is there any really key questions?
gotchas there?
I don't know, that you've come across that you should tell her to be aware of or think about? Just say, here's what I've got.
It's a pretty highly regulated business.
Yes.
You
All
know
right.
about what they can provide. You know, all their marketing materials, the Medicare Advantage plans, basically all the supplements. You know, they have to be approved by the federal government.
Okay.
You know, so that they're not making outrageous claims or whatever it is. So that you can what the government really wants people to do is be able to compare apples to apples and not apples to oranges.
Sure.
You know, and that's why your Medicare supplement plans are the same. You know, a C plan. You know, Medicare supplement is called a C plan, which is often considered like the basic plan.
Yeah.
Has the same coverage whether you buy it from this insurance company or that insurance company.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know, so you're going, okay, so what's in a C plan? Well, here's the grid. This is what you get.
Sure, right.
You know, we're not going to throw in something extra because, it doesn't work that way.
Okay. All right.
You know, so, it's really, they really are trying to make, as much as they can, they're trying to make it easy on.
I know. And it can be overwhelming for people,
Yeah.
but good for her at least
Yeah.
being engaged. Look into it, ask them the
Yeah.
questions, and maybe you'll find an option for yourself. And I'd be curious if there's anyone
Yeah.
else out there that has their experience with an Advantage or supplement plan, if you want to share it for Linda. I know a lot of
Absolutely,
people are very
yeah.
pleased with those plans.
Yeah.
I mean, it works for them.
Yeah.
So,
and
but
certainly I would ask Linda, say, look, when she makes her decision or whatever, because she's going to make a decision.
Right.
The decision might be, I'll stay where I am.
Yep.
You know, call in 2 months from now.
Now,
Call in. I'll be here in 2 months.
Sure. Oh, absolutely.
We'll call in on MorningLine and let's talk about what she decided.
Yeah,
to
I'd
do.
like to know what she decides.
Yeah.
Now, is there a good case to be made that you just stay on just straight Medicare and not
Absolutely.
worry about any of these supplements?
Yeah, you
or
want it, but you want a supplement.
You do.
Yeah.
You have to.
You don't have to,
Okay.
but I mean, here's what you get if you don't have a supplement. Okay. So you're not on. You have a traditional Medicare.
Okay.
And you're going, okay, I don't need no supplement. I'm healthy. I'm going to do just fine. So you go to the hospital, and then you stay there, and you're going, okay, isn't Medicare going to pay for this? It's like, well, yeah, but there's a inpatient hospital deductible. Well, how much is that? Well, it's over $1,000 a day. It's like, what? It's like, you mean I have to pay that out of pocket? Yeah, you do.
Whereas if you have a supplement,
Where if you use a supplement, your hospital deductible, your inpatient deductible, that gets paid for, by your supplement.
Okay. Yeah.
Or you go to the hospital, and then you go out to a skilled nursing facility for rehab, and it's like, okay, so Medicare pays for the first 20 days, right? Well, okay, great, Medicare pays. Well, after starting on day 1 or day 21, Medicare only pays a certain amount, and the person, the patient pays the rest.
So basically, a supplement, even if you're healthy, is insurance for what's going to happen. And how it is. When you get older, you may still feel like a world beater, but things just break down.
That's why you buy insurance.
And so that's essentially what that is.
Yeah, exactly.
That's essentially what it is.
Right. Now, if you can afford to pay those deductibles, it's like, okay, I got money in the bank. I don't want to. I can write a check for those. Fine, go ahead and do that. But even then, it's like, if you can afford to do that, pay the little dab of money out for the insurance.
Yeah. Gosh, for the first time, I think I really understand how all this works. Thanks to you.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's confusing.
It is.
And
see now, what concerns me is that, okay, your average 80-year-old,
yeah,
who maybe has some chronic illness or whatever and doesn't get help. you know, and has to understand Part A, Part D, Part C, you know, whatever, Medicare Advantage plan. You know, then you have other types of plans, you know, which I won't get into, but things like a Medicare, you know, PPOs or whatever it is, all those sorts of things, because we're talking about traditional Medicare,
sure,
you know, and we're talking about Medicare Advantage plans, but there are, you know, maybe a couple of other types of things which are not really used very often, which I won't get into now. But the point is that why does it have to be so complex?
Yeah.
The problem is that
everything
we have traditional Medicare that we started out in 50 years ago in 1965, right? Right, and then it's like, well, we need supplements because there was co-payments and deductibles, and it's like, you know, and then starting in the 90s or so, they're saying, well, maybe we can do our Medicare differently by managed care, because that was the big thing in the 90s, in which we all know, well, you know, everybody's going to be in a managed care plan, and it was going to save us all money.
Right.
Well, maybe it did, maybe it didn't.
Right.
You know, now who did it save money for?
Right.
Yeah. Not for you and me.
No, not at all. Everything costs more now. All right, listen, on that note, let's take a break. When we come back, the line's still open. 737-7587 if you want to jump in. More with elder law attorney Tim Takis right after this. Stay with us.